Hey Red Hots, let's go ahead and get started on our art project for this week. I do want to go over one thing before we get started, and that's craftsmanship, and that's how much effort and time and work you put into your art. Now, I have here 4 pictures. I have it labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, by looking at my 1, do you think my number 1 is better than my number 4? You think this one, the person took a lot of time on it, or do you think number 4 took a lot of time on their art? These are things you need to think about when you're working. This artist looks like they scrabbled. They didn't color it all the way in. There's lots of white left. This artist didn't stay in the lines. These are our black outlines. This artist didn't stay in. Look at the sun. They just scribbled right on top. They didn't stay in the lines. So, I am not looking for 1s. I'm looking for 4s. I'm looking for artists that color all the way in, don't leave any blank spaces, they stay in the lines, and they don't scribble. Okay? So, let's all try to be 4s. We will work towards that. Now, I'm okay with 3s too, but I really want a 4. So think about that when you're working. No scribbling, coloring all the way in, and staying in your lines when we work, okay? Craftsmanship, very important in art. Okay, so you need something to practice on because we need to learn how to make some lines. We're focusing on that element of art, line, for this project. So I'm gonna use a whiteboard and expo marker. You can use a sheet of paper and pencil, but if you have a whiteboard and expo, go ahead and use that, okay? So we are going to start with a zigzag line. So you're gonna follow me. I'm gonna come up with my first line. It's at an angle. We call this a diagonal, okay? And then I'm going to come to the top of it where I stopped and bring it down, and I want it to be even at the bottom, okay? It's almost a triangle if I were to connect these 2 lines. But make sure you stop evenly because I don't want to see this. That's not even, okay? Let's continue creating our zigzag. I'm going to go where I left off, and I'm going to go up, but remember, I want to stay even with the one I already created. Repeat those steps. Stay even, come back up, stay even, come back down, up, down, staying even, up and down. Now, you can pause the video and you can continue practicing on a zigzag line, but I am going to keep moving on, okay? Wavy. Let's start with wavy. This one, you're going to start and you're going to come down and you're going to come back up. Kind of like a U, right? But I'm going to continue that, but I want to stay even. And I'm going to just continue with that U shape until I get to the end. I'm going to repeat that one more time, okay? Start with my U, and then I'm going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. Whoosh. That is my wavy, okay? Remember, you can pause and review and practice, but I'm gonna keep going. Dashed. Dashed would be using straight lines and leaving spaces. And you want the spaces to be even. So, I have my first straight line. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space. My next straight, leave the same amount of space. You want it to stay even. And I continue that. And now we have dashed. It's kind of like what a road would look like, right? We could make this a road with 2 straight lines, put a little car on here. Woo, there, look at that, we got a little road. scalloped. We're going to start with a U, just like we did with the wavy, but instead of coming down like that we did for wavy, do it like that, right? Instead of coming down for scalloped, we just continue that U. I'm going to come here and I'm going to continue that U. Continue it all the way down. Okay? If you need to review those, pause and go back. Now, let's get started on our art project. Now that we have learned how to make some lines, I have my blank sheet of paper. I have my markers. I'm now going to use those lines that I created. Da-dee-da-dee-da. We learned zigzag, we learned wavy, we learned dash, and we learned scallop. With those, I'm now going to create art using line. Okay, any colors you want, it doesn't matter. You don't even have to follow along with me. You could do these lines in any order you want, big or small, any way you want. But if you want to just follow along with me, you can. I'm gonna start with a blue. And I'm going to do a zigzag across my paper. Okay? And I want to make this zigzag thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat that zigzag. And what I'm going to do now is fill it in with color. The best way to stay in the lines when you color is to make a nice thick line around the lines you already created. That way you can just go in and fill in the spaces without having to worry about going slow and staying in the lines that you created. It just makes it a little bit more easier. I'm going to take this off the page. Okay, so I have one big thick zigzag. My next I want to do is wavy. And you know what? I'm going to make this wavy not even. So our example, our wavy line is even. This one, I'm going to make it big and then go to small. All right, are you all ready to see this? I'm going to start with big and then take it to small. And you know what I think I'm going to do with this? I'm going to put a black outline around my wavy line that started from big to small. So an outline encloses a shape or a line, an object, whatever you're trying to enclose. So now I'm going around the line that I created. And you gotta take your time with this, so we have nice, neat craftsmanship. Okay, so now I have a black outline around the wavy line that I created. Okay, and I think I might do that for my zigzag too, so let's do that one more time. I'm enclosing this line that I created with a nice black outline. It's an outline because it's on the outside, right? And it's just a line that repeated the line that was created. Okay, so far I've done zigzag and wavy. Let's do our dash now. I'm gonna use red. And I'm going to dash, I'm gonna dash across the paper diagonally. So I'm gonna start from this corner, let me move this a little bit. I'm gonna start from this corner and take it to this corner. Okay, and I'm going to go through my other lines that I created. I don't wanna go over them. So I'm gonna skip until I get back to that white. And look, Miss Radaba almost got to the corner she wanted to. It's okay, because I am gonna try to fix this mistake. Instead of getting upset about mistakes, just try to fix them. What can I do to fix that problem? I wanted to go here. I think I'm gonna do some more dashed lines and try to hide the mistake that I made in an artistic way. So now I'm just creating dashed lines to fix my mistake. And now I didn't get upset. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna keep doing my dashed lines. So now I have all these new dashed lines on my paper. Can you tell that I accidentally messed up? No. So anytime you do an uh-oh, how can you fix it without getting upset? How can you just use your creativity and your imagination and fix the problem? All right, we have one more line we need to practice, our scalloped. I'm going to use purple. And I think I'm gonna do my scalloped here. I'm gonna do one here. And this one's gonna be a little bit longer than that one. So, and you know what? I'm gonna add one here. Fill in this space. Okay. So we have practiced all of our lines today. Your artwork doesn't have to look like mine. All I want you to do is use these new line types we learned, zigzag, wavy, dashed, and scalloped, to create work. Now, you could have followed along with me. If you want, you can do another one and try to do something different. I am going to finish outlining. I'm going to outline each one of these dashed lines. I'm going to outline my scallop line, okay? And I will upload a picture of this so that you can see how I finished it, all right? If you want to add any more details or lines to your art, you are more than welcome to. Hope y'all had fun.